Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another week of Rocket League ESC action. Tonight, we have Miami University up against Bowling Green State University and the University at Buffalo. Tonight is a pretty crucial night here for our Rocket League roster. We're currently sitting at the record of 5-4, looking to take a series off of the 6-3 Bowling Green squad. We only have 3 matches left this season, 2 of them being played tonight, and then our final one against the University of Akron next Wednesday. These next 2 games shown on broadcast are crucial. We need crucial wins to really lock down top 8 seeding to get us to Cedar Point for the MAC championship playoffs.
Yeah, no, this is a night that has a lot of ramifications for the rest of the semester here for this Rocket League team. And it's going to be an interesting one as our normal starter, Bryce Owam Thompson, is not going to be available tonight. It is instead going to be replaced with Quiet Chip, a freshman who shows a lot of potential, apparently communicates very, very well in game, has shown some really good results so far, and I think has played in some of the CRL qualification matches that we've done so far. But a lot of pressure here to put the team in a good position here for the postseason, because if they drop a game or 2 tonight, it's going to be really rough to have a good playoff run here.
Yeah, and our game differential has been really tough this season. We've really a lot of our wins are 3-2 wins, or that we've lost a game in the series, and so our game differential, when it comes down to it, and the tiebreaker situations, it's going to be a little bit rough for us if we're around that 7th and 8th place, even 9th or 10th seeding. At the end of the regular season. So we would definitely want to pick up a win here. Again, Quiet Chip being new to this roster. This is going to be his debut in the ESC. First time. Hopefully not feeling the pressure. I know that they got a scrim in before this match tonight. Again, Bowling Green 6-3. University at Buffalo, however, 3-6. So notable wins for Bowling Green. They've beat almost pretty much every team that we've beaten, except we lost to Central Michigan, and they ended up beating Central Michigan. They have the same other 3 losses to Northern Illinois. I lied. Bowling Green has lost to Akron. We still have Akron left to be on their state, but Bowling Green still has Ball State, who we had just previously lost to. And that Ball State roster is no joke. So I'm expecting a good win from Ball State there when they do meet next week. Or I think it may be even this week. So we'll see if Bowling Green is able to pick up that win or not. But a win against Bowling Green would definitely put us ahead in the tiebreaker, which would be super beneficial coming down to the last part of the standings.
For sure. And, I believe that BG Central Michigan game was very, very close, with BG taking it in game 5 of the best of 5. And I am currently blanking on how the Central Michigan series went for us when we played them.
I believe it's a 3-1
Okay.
in Central Michigan's favor.
Okay. So hopefully we can still, put out a good showing tonight. Once again, with Quiet Chip stepping in, it's going to be a slightly different look here for the Miami roster, but still one where I think both of the games tonight should be playable. We're still going to be probably seeing a lot of technical prowess out of Going Owen, and a lot of really good positioning out of Risky. All of those tools together, I think, are going to be what this team needs to, qualify for the playoffs. And top 8 in the ESC standings will qualify for the playoff LAN that is going to be held up, I believe, up in Cedar Point, unless anything changes in the next week or so. Is going to be up there at the weekend before Thanksgiving. But we are currently waiting for the game lobby to get started. We might take a quick be right back until we can make sure that the game lobby is created, and we will see you soon.
I'm a Miami grad, but the guy sitting next to me is a BGSU grad himself. So we have some familiar rivalry between ourselves right here. Looking forward to it
Yeah.
as we get these cars into the lobby. It looks like they're still waiting for a little bit of prod R here, but
Yeah.
I'm excited for this kickoff. As a BGSU alum, are you looking forward to tonight?
Oh, always. Games against BG are always a lot of fun for the program. It's been great to see their program develop. Back when I went to the school in the early 2010s, not a lot of people up there knew what esports were. I was playing the game Smite out of my dorm out of my apartment, having a great time. And we have kickoff here as Quiet Chip and Krigas go for the first kickoff. Ozone gets a demo on Corey, but BG draws the first shot. Ozone with a great save there. And Miami's looking to be in pole position to set up in front of this goal mouth, but no, BG clears, is set up to possibly get a clearance, but Ozone and Risky are sitting here for the 1-2 to challenge, putting the ball into a dangerous position here for BG's defense.
Yeah, big demo right there from Risky. I will say Ozone has been quite a talent on the defensive side for Miami recently. As Quiet Chip, Risky going to follow up and get the first goal of this series. A huge bounce off of Ozone's pass here off the backboard to Risky. A great setup play. Going to bounce it right off of the BGSU defender. But Ozone's that huge save off that first 30 seconds of the game, able to not give Bowling Green an advantage. But his defense in the last couple of series have been spectacular for Miami.
For sure. And Ozone's ability to set up plays for this Miami offense has been a key to their success in this ESC season so far. In last week's series, nearly all of Miami's goals were assisted, and Ozone's aerial plays and backboard passes like that were crucial for making that happen. As BGSU's offense is starting to look a little bit dangerous, as Slick Billy goes up, but Risky makes the miraculous save there. Quiet Chip clearing the ball into the corner here. Greg is going up into the air to corner it and maybe put it into a dangerous position here for Slick Billy, but he's not going to be able to get much of a contact on it at all. And now Miami, not a lot of boost here, but they are in great position to start working the offense here in BGSU's corner. But BG's got the boost advantage for now.
Yeah, huge defensive plays there. A lot of individual defensive touches that really result in Miami getting up to the other side of the half. As now we see Risky with some boost. Going to look to put it off the backboard, but no. A BGSU member able to steal it away. Slick Billy up with an aerial, able to get it to the middle, but Quiet Chip's going to go for the contest. Get a great touch. Ozone going to follow up in the air with another aerial of his own. But man, this has been great so far from both sides. The patience has been huge. We're going to see another aerial go through. Miami still putting it towards Miami's favor as it's in the middle. This is a huge touch from Ozone. Able to touch it, and Quiet Chip's going to get another aerial. But it's going to be still favored for BGSU right now.
Yeah, great touch off of the backboard there by Ozone. Corey does get the demo onto Risky, temporarily making this a power play for the side of BG. But Risky gets the good spawn and gets the angle to clear the ball into BGSU's corner. Quiet Chip bouncing it off the backboard again, but this time Risky is not quite in a position to capitalize off of that that chaos that backboard hit often gets. Now Risky with another great chip up. Slick Billy up in the air, greets the ball where it is. Ozone here though, full boost, meets up in the air for a 50 with Krigas, and the ball is neutral. Risky putting some momentum here into Miami's favor. Quiet Chip bouncing the ball into a position where Ozone might be able to work the ball forward, but BG's defense should be in position to capitalize off of this a little bit, but we're slowing the ball down a little bit here in BG's corner.
Yeah, something that I talked to Ozone earlier in yesterday's practice is, as a squad, we really don't look for a lot of bump plays in the net. And that's something that I was really hoping that we'd focus on in this matchup, as we see Quiet Chip trying to bump Slick Billy away from the ball here. As an open net almost. No, Krigus able to save it. A huge play from them. But now Quiet Chip getting it sent to the middle. Corey going to make a great play off of the backboard. Is going to keep BG, but the ball is still on the side, putting the pressure on the BG to make some defensive plays here as Risky, 0 boost, going to try and get a good 50 now. Quiet Chip putting it in, but they're going to clear it into back corner and give Miami possession over.
Yeah, I love this awareness out of Quiet Chip, and Ozone almost giving up the ball right in front of the net off of that dribble. Slick Billy coming in out of the air trying to knock that down. But Quiet Chip has had 2 opportunities here where he's positioned the ball in a position where a trailing Miami player might have been able to capitalize off of it. And I'm liking the awareness out of both him and Ozone so far. Now Risky doing the same off of the backboard, but the ball's going forward here for Krigus, who has an open net, has the goal, and he just, he had the extra step here on Miami's defense. And Isaac Izumba, BGSU ties it up.
Yeah, a little bit of a slower rotation there for Miami at the end. 57 seconds left, tied game 1-1. We'll see how this kickoff goes. Kickoffs, some of the most dangerous in this esport. You can see off kickoff goals a lot of the time, and we might see one right here as we do see Slick Billy go up, but Risky able to poke it out, put it in the middle, but now Craig is able to finish it off. Almost whiffed there, but yeah. I think actually that was a whiff. Yeah. I think Craig has ended up...
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Risky, it was a whiff.
Risky almost clearing the ball out, but probably a little bit of overcommitment and miscommunication there out of Miami's defense. Nobody had a great touch on it. All 3 members of Miami's defense went up and were awkward and low on boost, but Miami almost putting together a goal opportunity here right off of this kickoff. If you can just create chaos in front of the net, you will create opportunities for your teammate, and that's 3 balls off of the post, and Ozone gets the 3rd effort, and we see a little bit of a pop off there. Great awareness there by Miami's offense, using all 3 members up in the air to take that down. If BGSU had gotten a touch there, that could have broken really, really bad there for Miami because we did not have the 3rd man back. But still, these 2nd and 3rd man opportunities out of Miami's offense are what are giving them their level of success here in this ESC season.
Yeah, 5-second drill right there off that last kickoff, able to win it. Now 10 seconds left for somebody to try and make a last-ditch effort goal to take this game 1, or we're heading into an OT here. As we see it on the side of BGSU, we see a potential shot go through, but now it's going to get cleared. OT, here we go, game 1 OT, 2-2, Miami University versus Bowling Green, as another kickoff goes in favor of BGSU. That is, Ozone's going to have to make a hero play. It is able to save it.
Yeah, good hesitation dribble play there by Krigus, but unfortunately is not able to fake out the defender, and Quiet Chip goes up and gets the great stop on the stop touch, and
Big
Risky
bump.
with a good bump too, setting up some of Miami's offense to possibly get going, but Quiet Chip hasn't been able to get any boost, and now BG misplays it a little bit, setting up this opportunity for Miami's offense. They've got a possible 1-2 play coming here. Ozone with a really, really good touch in front of the net, but I don't think the 2nd man is trailing there. Miami's 2nd man went back to go get some boost there, and that set BG up for an open net goal opportunity there from Krigus.
Yeah, we tried to go for that bump play in the net, and Risky is going to miss the ball, and Krigus is going to get a lucky, well, I wouldn't say lucky, but a calculated bounce off the car straight into the goal for BGSU. BGSU going to take the first game of this best-of-5 series. Miami's going to have to make a bounce back here, but overall, great first game. Krigus stand out with 3 goals, a hat trick here for BGSU. Risky and Ozone with 2 of our goals of our own, but overall, I thought that first game was pretty well played from both sides. We didn't see those final goals until that last minute of gameplay. We saw 2 goals in the last minute to really send it into OT, and then that goal was relatively fast as well, but we spent pretty much 4 minutes of gameplay just playing defense.
Yeah, I mean, Miami didn't really step on the brakes too hard in the mid game
Right.
there, but they weren't able to find the success that they really, really wanted to off of those second chance opportunities, off of those third chance opportunities. And there were a couple of defensive miscues that sort of led to Miami losing that first game. And I mean, pushing it to overtime was really, really good, really, really clutch. We want to see Miami continue. Uh, to find those goal opportunities. I mean, you only win in Rocket League if you score more goals than your opponent. But it's they just need to get more on the same page when it comes to those awkward goal front situations and make sure that they're not clearing the ball directly in front of the net when BG is going to be sitting there waiting for those second man opportunities for those rebounds. And now, Quiet Chip does get the touch out of the air, but oh my goodness, that awareness out of Ozone to get that stop too. BG's positioning has been very good so far. Risky getting that touch, but he gets demoed by Krigas. And that's the 1-2 from Corey and Krigas, almost grabbing a goal opportunity there for BG. But all of Miami's members have respawned. Risky's got full beans. He's going up in the air with it. He's got the really, really good touch on it, but Corey meets him in the air. Krigas and
Ozone.
Ozone go through, and Ozone almost gets the goal except for the crossbar, stopping him once again. Now, Risky grabbing BG's beans here. Ozone almost passing the ball into a position that Quiet Chip could capitalize on. But Ozone has to go back, play third man here. Risky going up, centering the ball. Krigas, though, probably going to be contested. Corey and Ozone battle for the ball, and Ozone scores.
Yeah, I heard them do a little bit of a pop off there with Ozone to be able to drop it off a great angle there to drop it in, just slide it in from the backboard into the goal off of BGSU's car there. Overall 1-0 now start. First minute goal here from Miami University, going to put the pressure on the BG to respond here. Again, Ozone and Risky had some great aerials to get the ball over on BGSU's side and to really put the pressure on it. A great middle ball here, but Slick Billy able to clear it out. Ozone now has to play some defense, able to put it into the middle here. A really dangerous spot.
Yeah, really, really dangerous position in there, accidentally clearing the ball into the middle, but he had the awareness to get back into a position where he could dispossess the BG player. Now Corey with a little nice touch, bumps it up for Krigas, who's going to back it up, bump it up again, but Quiet Chip well positioned there to stop this aggression out of BG. Going to play off of the sidewall, taking it up, but Krigas has consistently been able to get up there and anticipate where the ball is going to be. But Risky and Ozone playing the two-man defense in front of the goal net. They are going to be able to clear the ball for now. And with Quiet Chip sitting on a lot of boost, Ozone sitting on a lot of boost, Miami might be able to get some offense going here if they can just get this ball away from Krigas.
Yeah, Miami playing a really good double defense there onto the goal to stop Krigas from making a solo individual play. Now, Slick Billy, though, full boost is going to make play. Quiet Chip, the goalpost is going to be able to save it. But, I mean, a follow-up there from BGSU would have been an open net situation, as now Ozone able to make a slight save adjustment. Is going to have to do it once again off the backboard.
Yeah.
But BGSU really knocking on the door of Miami, and Quiet Chip's going to have to try, but Krieg is able to follow it up, and there is the goal to put it neutral here, 1-1.
Yeah, pretty unfortunate here for Quiet Chip that he wasn't able to get the touch on either of those. Just the angle on that shot meant that BG had the advantage on that shot, and you know, we just have to be very careful. I think that Ozone did a very good job of trying to clear the ball in such a way that it wouldn't. Oh my goodness, I kind of thought that Ozone might have gotten a fluke goal there, or a skilled goal, not a fluke goal. But Slick Billy here, putting it off of the backboard, setting it up for Corey. Yeah. Ozone and Quiet Chip linking up, though, trying to get the ball forward here for Miami's offense.
Quiet Chip able to do a huge demo there to basically stop their third-man rotation from happening and stopping that pressure that they were putting onto the goal. But now BGSU still, Slick Billy full boost there, getting it into the half as this Corey Create is waiting here for an opportunity, but Miami's able to clear it. Slick Billy actually whiffing here is going to give maybe Miami a chance here to put some aggression onto BGSU's goal here. Ozone,
yeah,
looking to try and get past this 50.
Okay, Risky third man rotating in does put the ball into an advantageous position for Miami, but BG gets the very good clear, and the ball gets knocked down in such a awkward position that BG's offense possibly could have capitalized on that. That's a great ground shot there from Slick Billy, but Quiet Chip here out of the corner is going to be met by Krigus. Risky puts the ball forward a little bit, but Slick Billy meets that, and Corey Create is still going to put the ball forward here for a possible pass for Slick Billy. Risky meeting Kragus here in the middle. Ozone going to try to meet this shot as well, but neither team is giving up an inch. We are tied at 1-1 still with 1 minute remaining. Both teams trying to find an edge here before we, trying to make sure we don't have to go to overtime again. And that's an awkward bump there, putting Miami's defense out of sorts, but Risky's going to be able to possibly get the touch up here for Ozone or for either of his teammates. Tries to dribble it past BG's defense by himself without any boost. Is a bit of a rough proposition, but Quiet Chip with a great shot gets saved by Slick Billy. Ozone with the second chance, and Risky is going to keep the cycle going here in the corner for the side of Miami's offense.
Yeah, I was going to say that this minute drill is very similar to last game, 1-1 with a minute. Now we're 1-1 with 15 seconds left. We may be seeing another OT here for game 2, but Miami has one more opportunity here to try and get it to the other side of the half and make a play as it gets centered into the middle by Quiet Chip. But man, they had their opportunity there with about around 30 seconds, and it's looking like this is just going into another OT. The ball is still up, though. The pressure is on Risky. Full Boost is going to try, pass it over to Quiet Chip. Corey Create going to be able to get a touch. I mean, this ball is still in the air 20 seconds or after the fact.
Yeah.
And Miami putting pressure on, and they're going to let it drop. BGSU made the right play there. That was very risky for them to keep that ball in the air that long.
Yeah, I think both teams were hoping they could find a last-minute goal there.
Hold
as
on.
Miami has the shot opportunity. The ball in an awkward spot. Ozone going to put it in front of the goal again, but nobody on the side of Miami is available to capitalize. Quiet Chip has to make this save happen, but overcommitment out of boost. BGSU takes game 2. That's rough. 2 overtime losses in a row. Miami really needs to recover, and it's just they found themselves in a bit of a hole here to start the series off.
Yeah, another big demo coming out right there, too, to open up the net. But, I mean, the net was already wide open there, even without the demo. Something that we haven't really seen Miami. We've only seen a few demos from Miami's side. I thought the one demo this past game from Quiet Chip completely threw BGSU's offensive rotation off and actually gave Miami some control back. I hope that we try and do maybe some more of that this game. And they're also, again, bumping. I feel like we're not really doing much of that either. We're not really disrupting their flow, and BGSU is just kind of going through the motions, and then we over-rotate, overcommit, and then we see, again, another wide open net there at the end. But also kickoffs making it, that could have been Miami right off the kickoff with a goal, but the crossbar said had different plans for us, and our player wasn't able to squeeze it in right there at the end. But now BGSU 1 game away from putting their record to 7-3 in the ESC, putting us 5-5, 50-50 here. We're trying to. This would be a huge win for either group for playoff seeding. Trying to get into these ESC playoffs. BG really trying to make a statement here though with tonight with a 3-0. Miami has to turn around, send it to a game 5 situation, but you got to take it 1 game at a time here.
Yeah, I mean, and these games have been so close. If Miami could just find, like, if there had been just a couple of bounces in Miami's favor there, this series could be looking very, very different. And Miami just needs to continue creating chaos here in front of BG's net. And it looks as if we're starting the series with a little bit of that as Quiet Chip slows the fall of that ball enough for Risky to get this clear shot opportunity here. Both Krigus and Corey are not able to make the save there off of the angle of that shot.
Yeah, huge play there. Ozone able to keep it in there, and Quiet Chip's kept it in the air so long for Ozone to go up. And Quiet Chip actually making it a play here is going to get saved, but a huge momentum shift. And again, these kickoffs have been so crucial for Miami. I feel like that's where a lot of our offensive is showing up out of these kickoffs. Ozone now going to go over, able to beat one defender. Only needs to beat this one. Corey Create able to get through though, win the 50 against Risky, but Quiet Chip able to follow it up. Now Risky trying to get a momentum touch here towards the middle. And it's actually going to get whiffed here. Does that go into the goal? No! Able to get saved, but almost a brutal mistake out of BG there. Could have gave Miami a 2-0 lead right off the bat of this game.
Yeah, it was looking like my gameplay for a second there, but fortunately the ball goes clear of the net. And I guess calculated from the side of BG, Quiet Chip almost getting the touch midair, fakes it for the side of Miami's offense. And now Risky out of the sideboard here with Ozone doubling up on the ball, trying to get the ball into an awkward spot for BG. But Kragus has full boost and possession of this dribble, but he gets demoed by Risky. Corey Crate cues the ball up here for a dribble out of Slick Billy. But Ozone able to stuff that one so far and hopefully get some offense going here. But this midfield presence, these midfield jumps out of the side of BG have quelled a lot of Miami's offense so far. It's been hard to get anything going when any of these aerial shots, you know that you're going to be meeting a midair 50. And now Kragus and
Ooh.
Slick Billy meeting up midair, trying to pinch the ball into the net there, but Risky queuing the ball up here for Ozone off of the half board. Kragus goes up, puts the ball up, Quiet Chip slowing it down for the side of Miami's offense, and it looks as if Slick Billy is going to be able to finish off that hero play here for BG. Going to tie it up once again.
Yeah, it's a game of 50s right now, and BG has been winning them a lot this series. You kind of see it on their offensive rotation. Miami gets a touch on the ball first, but then BG comes in and wins the 50 over them a lot of the time, keeping that advantage up and getting some like stealing more of the boost. Risky able to get it over to the BG half, but straight into Slick Billy with 50 boost. Now Quiet Chip trying to follow it up, but like I mentioned, I'd really like to see some more bumps here, as now a really dangerous position here for Miami. Risky with an open net. However, Slick Billy able to get back in time and pick up that 100 pack. But again, I'd really like to see more bumps here from Miami. Try and throw BG off of their rotation here. Some more demos. Risky was able to get one already this game, and I thought did a decent job. But as we see another shot on the net, and barely saved by Risky, a little bit of the goalpost as well. But again, still all this pressure here, 1-1 with 2 minutes remaining. They're trying to do something special here for BGSU's side.
Yeah, and Slick Billy going to be able to clear the ball away from Miami's offense. Going to try to fake the second touch. He's going to put the ball directly back into BGSU's possession here, and Kragus gets the odd touch off of the top of the crossbar there. I think if Miami's just not finding a lot of success carrying the ball through the air in the middle of the field, but when they've been able to work the sideboards and when they've been able to work into BG's corners, they've had a little bit more success keeping and maintaining possession. And, you know, if they can slow the game down a little bit in BG's corners, create a cycle, bump some of the defenders off of the ball, we might be able to find some changes here. But BG is going to be able to find their first definitive lead of the series so far. I think that each time Miami's gone up early and then BG has caught up until overtime. But just a small miscue there out of Quiet Chip is going to miss the save, and BG's going to take a lead.
Yeah, we can see if Miami's able to respond with this minute 25. Again, kickoffs need to be in favor of Miami, as Ozone's going to get the ball over to the 50. That 100 boost stolen over to BG as well. So Miami a little bit starved for boost here. Risky has a good amount on the other side of the field, trying to get over to him, but not going to be able to. Quiet Chip 0 boost, however, on the defensive side. That's not something that you want to see there.
Still
Able to get
the
it
save.
over to the corner. That's a huge play from Quiet Chip. But again, Miami only a minute remaining now to find a goal here to even get it to overtime. And with how BG has put on an offensive show here, it's been really tough here, as Quiet Chip has to make this response. He has to get this, and no, Slick Billy now another goal, now up 2 goals here with only 46 seconds remaining. Again, our rotation very slow to get back. We did see full boost from Ozone and Risky there, but just not enough time to get back to where they needed to be.
Yeah, they were really relying on Quiet Chip there to be able to take that one out. And Quiet Chip fakes the kickoff, giving the ball over to Risky, who passes it back to Quiet Chip here off of the backboard, possibly trying to set up a set play. But neither Ozone or Risky have the momentum to follow up on that second opportunity. Ozone playing in the air, does get shut down by Corey, but Quiet Chip is going to try to shut down this play out of BG real quick.
Need to score here.
Yeah, Miami needs to score in the next 10 seconds if they're going to try to bring this game back. Otherwise, we're looking at a possible 3-0 win here for the side of BG.
Yeah, time is ticking and time is of the essence. And when the ball is on your side, and that is just going to seal it. Corey Cray able to give Bowling Green, a great pass play here from Kragus. Kragus been the star for BGSU, I believe, in this series, but Corey Cray able to respond there. 4-1 in game three, sealing the fate of this series. A 3-0 in favor of BGSU. That's going to put them up as 7-3, I believe, now in the ESC. But
Yeah.
what a great series from BGSU, resilient in overtime in the first two games of this series, and Miami just unable to respond in that game three after going down 1-2, and then just BGSU again offense. Those 50s, they were just it seemed like they were winning a lot of their 50s on our offensive side of the half. Time of possession on our side of the half didn't seem like we had a lot of possession on theirs.
Yeah.
Congrats to BGSU. A great game. They improved their record to 7-3. Now we are 5-5. Now we are in. We need a crucial win against the University at Buffalo here in this next series tonight.
Yeah. I mean, if we are not able to win against University at Buffalo, we are looking at possibly a negative win rate on the season, depending on the results of the Akron match next week. And that might be enough to make us miss playoff contention here for this Rocket League roster, and that would be a gigantic bummer. I think that this roster has shown some very good play throughout this semester. It's just at these in these crucial games, there's been a little bit too much overcommitment. There's been a little bit too much miscommunication, and things have not been solid enough on the defensive end. Once again, these assisted goals have been so crucial to Miami. These coordinated plays, and their mechanics are great. Their game knowledge is great. It's just they have not been able to put it together in these key clutch situations. And we're hoping for a better outcome here in this next series against the University at Buffalo.
Yeah, I'm not even sure a 6-6 record might do it at this point. We were really hoping for a two. You needed to go 2-1, 2-1 in your last three games here to really solidify yourself. Now it's all up to some other teams in the ESC to lose, which is kind of not the greatest situation to be in. You don't want to put that up. It's just like when it comes down in traditional sports, you don't want to leave it
Hmm.
your final foot, especially in football. You don't want to rely your faith on other teams to win and other teams to lose.
Yeah.
And so we're going to get into that kind of situation with a 6-6 record if it does become that. But again, we got to get that six. We need to win this next series against the University at Buffalo. Don't go away. We'll be right back with that game. But thanks again. You all have been wonderful tonight. Great games to BGSU. We wish them luck for the rest of the season, and we hope to get another opportunity at land to get the chance to face them off once again.
Yeah. We'll be back at the top of the hour. See you soon.
Miami Esports, a newly birthed nation, ripe with a population of gamers filled with passion and ambition. Once the great nation was established, a competition was proposed, one that would crown the greatest of them all, and would finally rise a leader of this great nation. When one rose to the top, the citizens were grateful to have a king to look up to. But quickly that gratefulness turned to anguish. The new leader brought chaos and despair to the once great land, breaking the balance and tranquility of their beginnings. It has come time for the competition that started these dark ages to again begin. Will you be the one to rise to the top? Or will the king remain on the throne to terrorize once again?
Hello and welcome back to game 2 of this doubleheader. Miami dropping game 1 against BGSU 0-3, trying to come back here against the University at Buffalo to keep their playoff chances alive here in Esports Collegiate.
No, not University of Buffalo on the main screen. No, but yeah, Buffalo unfortunately losing in their series as well. So now they're 3-7, and not no longer 3-6. So a tough outing here again for Buffalo this year. I think their Rocky League team really struggled last year as well. Hoping that they're able to turn around in the next years following, but we another again an important match here for our Miami University team. Again, 5-5 now. We got to get that sixth win to even put us remotely in playoff contention. Because I think a record of 5-7 or even 6-6 might not even get us there.
Yeah, so this is going to be a very, very important match. Hopefully, a more comfortable match for our substitute Quiet Chip to slot in. I think he played well this last series,
Yeah,
and I mean, both of the first two games in that series against BGSU did go to overtime. Could have gone either way, but BGSU had really, really good aerial control over the midfield throughout that first series, and just a couple of defensive miscues led to Miami losing those first two games by very, very narrow margins. And then in that last game, BGSU was able to pile on a lead after some desperation plays from Miami didn't break Miami's way. So we should be getting into our second series of the night here against Buffalo. New hour, new series. Everybody starts at 0-0, and Miami's really going to be able to hoping to build off of a game like this one.
yeah. And again, I'm not sure if Buffalo's roster is fully new this year or if they have any returning players. I know a reason why they struggled last year was because they had to get an entire new roster in the middle of the season, and they had forfeited over I think 4 to 5 games last year.
Yeah.
And so this year they've turned it around and they've played all their games out. Just unfortunate losing record here for the University at Buffalo. But the Bills over there, like they're looking to really and it sounds like we're going into the game, but it looks like they're going to try and bounce back here. We played Eastern Michigan currently with the worst record in the ESC, went to Game 5 situation. So we can't count any team out in the ESC at the moment. Buffalo looking clean in this in this hype chamber. We're excited for this kickoff here to go off as players continue to load into the lobby. But Miami, again, an important match to try and get that top 8 seeding because top 8 in the ESC get a chance at a in-person LAN at Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio here later on in November. So we want to get the team out for that. Quiet Chip again replacing Bryce Owam Thompson here tonight for the starting roster. First time in ESC. Overall first series for him I thought went pretty exceptional. Those, again, really close games against BGSU. Really close games overall. Our entire roster has been playing really close games across the conference this year.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of these games have been decided by one goal or less, like even or an OT. So it's really tough this year so far for the roster, but they've been able to show resilience in a lot of their games. Again, winning that Game 5 against Eastern Michigan with a last second touch into the net. So we're getting off with this kickoff here. Miami University against University at Buffalo. We start now.
Yeah, Ozone going up for the kickoff. Quiet Chip going to play off of that. But Big Khabib here on the side of Buffalo. Going to keep things interesting for us casters. Risky gets the demo onto Agent AJ. And Ozone going to try to defend Big Khabib's offensive strike. But he's going to keep lurking here in the midfield. Risky gets the good touch here off of the sidewall. Going to be setting up Quiet Chip for a possible second touch. Ozone matching Buff Khabib and gets the goal. Ozone striking first blood here for the side of Miami.
Yeah, an immediate 30-second goal here from Ozone off the top. Just a late hit by Hitman Horsey, who was on the roster last year. So they do have a returning player here on that University at Buffalo roster. Hitman Horsey is going to be a returning player for them. But again, yeah, a crazy other name there on the team with Agent J. I'm going to just call him Buff for now. We'll see what they're able to put up. But right now, Miami has had full control so far this series.
Yeah, and the ball dropping straight out of the sky, almost giving a big opportunity there for Miami as we're finally able to slow the game down a little bit and play into Buffalo's corner. Now, Hitman Horsey going to be trying to play off of the assist here from Buff Big Kabig. But unfortunately for Buffalo, that is going to be off the mark. Agent AJ centering the ball, but quiet chip there to clear it. Hitman Horsey re-centering the ball, but hopefully Miami is going to be able to do something. Agent AJ has an open net, but Miami's rotation is good enough this time, although they double committed Ozone and quiet chip. That is the kind of overcommitment that we've generally not wanted to see out of this team, but Risky gets the big shot opportunity, and everything's coming up great for Miami so far.
Yeah, look at that read from Ozone. Ozone able to read it, get a back wall bounce into Risky's shot. A great play there from Ozone to set up Risky for the goal, making it 2-0 to Miami. Now, again, we talked about it in the first series, kickoffs being really important here for Miami. I feel like this is where we get most of our offense set up, and is really a good opportunity for us to score again. But now Miami knocking in favor. Big save from Quiet Chip, a huge defensive play from the freshman. He's going to put it over to the right-hand corner of University of Buffalo's side, as we see Quiet Chip now trying to get a little bit of a read, but a little bit of an overcommitment now puts Risky in a must-save goal situation as they try to go for a bump. Misses the bump, so Risky's able to clear it.
Yeah, great positioning there from Risky on the defensive end. Puts the ball up and then gets the second touch off of his own chance. Agent AJ, though, is able to get the ball forward here for the side of Buffalo for a little bit. Buff Big Khabib puts the shot on net here, gets saved by Ozone. Hitman Horsey trying to get the second opportunity going, but Ozone is able to save it, gets a dribble going off the sidewall a little bit, but Agent AJ centering the ball again. Buff Big Khabib sets the ball up for Hitman Horsey, but Ozone keeps the ball from the cycle from being too punishing here for Miami's defense. Now it looks as if we're starting to reset a little bit, and the ball is going into a position where Buffalo can't quite capitalize quite yet, and Miami's got a lot of resources. It's just a matter of getting this ball out of their defensive side. You don't want to pump the brakes quite yet when you've only got a 2-goal lead. You want to retain possession and keep playing good Rocket League. You don't want to just park the bus in front of your own net here.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe they're definitely double committing on defense because they know that they can kind of stall this out. But I feel way more comfortable when we are getting more goals than not. And as we do see a shot from Risky there, trying to get it off the wall there for maybe another potential. And a great deflection from Risky off of Quiet Chip's pass there. Let's look at this once again. Quiet Chip going to get it to Risky. Risky, a great angle to get it slotted into that goal, making it a 3-0 lead with 1 minute and 42 seconds left on the clock. University of Buffalo has to start to respond now, or this is game one over to Miami.
Yeah, once again, these assisted goals out of the side of Miami University are going to be putting them into a pretty decisive lead here. It's nice to see this sort of bounce back from that really, really close series against BGSU. Once again, very well played to the Falcons in that first series of the night. And it looks as if Agent AJ almost gets a goal, but Risky gets the last second save there. Now Buff Big Khabib is playing it out of the air, but Quiet Chip meets him for the 50, and Agent AJ and Hitman Horsey are both going up, trying to create an awkward situation in front of Miami's goal. Always a great thing to do for your own offense, but unfortunately for Buffalo, they're not able to capitalize at this point as Risky gets the clearance out to an Ozone who's got full boost and an opportunity to create some awkward friction here on Buffalo's side of the half.
Yeah, and Buffalo's still going to get it put over to Miami as an awkward bounce gets it put into the middle, and luckily for Miami, a little bit of a whiff there from the University of Buffalo, but again, this net a two-man and Ozone, again, great defense, able to clear it. With 40 seconds, I mean, this is all she wrote right here. Miami up 3 goals with 30 seconds left. Buffalo needs to respond here in the next 10 seconds with at least 1 goal to make it even an opportunity to come back in this game 1.
Yeah, although a great 1-2 there from the side of Buffalo. Buff Big Khabib gets the first goal of the night here for University at Buffalo in this second series of the night. Ozone unfortunately pinches the ball directly in front of Buff Big Khabib there. Sort of, these assisted goals from Miami University.
Setting up our own players and the other team. That's what you like to see. I'm kidding, but Ozone, yeah, rough pinch there, but that is the goal that we talked about that they needed, but now they need 2 more here with 10 seconds left, and the ball is already on their side of the half. It's looking like a game 1 over here to Miami University in this best-of-5 series against University at Buffalo.
Yeah, I don't think that Buffalo is going to have a lot of a chance here to take this one back. I don't think that there's anything that they're doing particularly. Oh my goodness! Wait, they're keeping the ball alive here. They almost get the shot on net there. I mean, we're seeing some decent 1-2s here out of this University at Buffalo squad, but you know, the passing out of Miami University has just generally been a little bit stronger.
Yeah, Ozone and Risky, their score alone doubling almost Ozone specifically doubling everyone on Buffalo and score with a lot of saves and shots on. Ozone's looking phenomenal. Risky as well with 2 goals. I'm really happy with how this roster has bounced back after that tough loss to BG this last game today. But now we're going to head into replays, take a look at some of these shots that gave Miami the lead there early, as we see that Ozone goal from the top rope, and then a great pass prediction from Ozone. Going to set up Risky, and then this pass from Quiet Chip in the corner. Risky able to get an amazing deflection off of his car into the goal, putting up Miami up 3-0 there to start it off, and then finishing off the game 3-1. I mean, we hope to see the same thing in this game too for Miami. Started off strong early, and then let's not play from behind is my
Yeah.
hope.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Miami's bound like ideally Miami's going to be able to take this one fairly comfortably, but you know, you can't like you can't count out Hitman Horsey, Buff Big Khabib, or Agent AJ here. Ozone though gets the second touch off of the kickoff. Hitman Horsey meeting Quiet Chip up there for the 50. Risky clearing the ball again, but it's dropping dangerously in front of Miami's net. Agent AJ meeting up in the corner. Hitman Horsey trying to center it, but that might set up Miami's offense to cut right through the middle here. Agent AJ is going to have an awkward angle here to use some of this boost to almost gets the flip reset off of the ball there. Dribbles it pretty effectively and sets up Hitman Horsey there. Now University at Buffalo does have their first lead of the series. Miami's still up 1-0, but Quiet Chip's clearance here basically only got the ball back up to Hitman Horsey there.
Yeah, I kind of cast or jinxed it there at the beginning, and now we are playing from behind. Miami down 1-0 here with 4:30 left in the game. But yeah, Quiet Chip's clearance there. As we see Hitman Horsey actually missed this. Risky's going to get a reflection into the Quiet Chip. Quiet Chip not able to finish it off, but yeah, I mean, it's that clearance from Quiet Chip wasn't ideal for Miami there. Hitman Horsey able to just follow it up with their own goal. Quiet Chip, though, a great shot. Going to slot it into the goal, making it a 1-1. Buffalo's rotation overcommitted, not able to get back in time. You see him going for that 100 boost, but Buff Big Khabib unable to get back in time. And now tied up with 4 minutes remaining. I mean, some two quick goals here to start off in the first minute of the game.
Yeah.
A lot different than last game.
Yeah, Quiet Chip playing take a penny, leave a penny a little bit there. A mispositioning, creating a goal there for University at Buffalo. But then a strong solo play off of some misplays by Buffalo gives him the goal opportunity there to tie the game up. Now the ball is up here aggressively in Buffalo's zone. All of Miami is posturing pretty aggressively here. Risky full boost, gets in front of the goal, in front of the ball at a good angle, but unfortunately for the side of Miami here, this ball is not doing what we wanted to do quite yet. Quiet Chip getting the knockoff here. Ozone does commit to it. Quiet Chip almost does as well. Maybe a little bit of a miscue there, playing too close to his teammate, not set up in a way to
one-on-one.
To facilitate or be facilitated, but Buff Big Khabib gets dispossessed by Quiet Chip, and that's another goal. 2 goals on the game for this freshman.
Yeah, Risky making the one-on-one play there, but a huge follow-up there from Quiet Chip, able to answer, and nobody from Buffalo back in the goal. All you had to do is beat that one person. You won the 50. The ball didn't really go anywhere, and Quiet Chip able to respond with a goal. Two goals already for Quiet Chip. A great performance here from the freshman that is subbing in tonight and doing a great job at it. And so we also see Ozone get a demo here. This is going to leave a one-on-one at the net, but now it's cleared into the middle. Ozone is going to get a shot, but Agent AJ there to stop any more pressure onto their net. Hitman Horsey going to be able to get possession here for Buffalo. try and make some offensive play here for the University at Buffalo.
Yeah, Ozone going to be trying to play it here off of this top board. Sets up Quiet Chip for a good shot opportunity. Quiet Chip almost gets a second chance. Risky setting up almost a third chance there, but Buff Big Kebab is going to Khabib is going to set up Agent J, but Risky dispossesses him, puts it off the backboard, seeing if Miami can get a shot off here. It's been an awkward situation here for quite a while as neither team has managed to really maintain possession. Ozone clears it, keeps the cycle going, and Risky this time is cycling in. Good rotations out of Miami, keeping all three members of their team engaged, keeping all three members of their team with boost, although this is starting to slow down in a dangerous part of the map here for the side of Miami.
Yeah, Miami had double, triple people actually at the goal there. And Buffalo really needed to send somebody to go in for a bump or a demolition play there if they wanted to really throw it off. Miami able to do some great defense. Quiet Chip going to get a shot off, but Buff Big Khabib is back and able to prevent it. As a weird touch goes through almost into Miami's net there, but Quiet Chip has full boost, is going to try and make a play. Makes over one defender, going to get cleared straight into the middle, straight to Ozone with full boost as well. Misses out on the demo, misses another attempt at a bump, and he's going to try and get a shot on goal, but Risky there to follow it up. Now putting Miami up 2 goals with 1:30 left.
Hero dribble play here from Ozone, faking out 2 defenders of Buffalo, sets up Risky with the backboard shot for the wide angle shot. Hitman Horsey just, thought he was going to go near post. Nope, Risky shoots far post. Gets another goal here for Miami University, now with a 3-1 lead here in Game 2 of this best-of-5 series.
Great touch from Quiet Chip there. Risky already up in the aerial looking for a drop, but no. It's going to fall off of it. Ozone going to miss the ball there in the corner, but Quiet Chip again setting the ball up in the corner, and that kickoff went drastically worse for Miami, and Quiet Chip made a great play to get over 2 defenders and get the ball over to Buffalo's side of the half as we continue to see this relentless offense from Miami. Another demo on Hitman Horsey, going to make it a 2v3 here on their side of the half. Ozone going to go up, Quiet Chip there with the follow, and that is going to be goal number 3, a hat trick for Quiet Chip in Game 2.
That's a great showing tonight out of Quiet Chip. Great assist out of Ozone. Once again, these passes off the back wall are creating angles that are very hard to save if you are Buffalo's defense here. And now we're going for another kickoff. Quiet Chip leading off, puts the ball into an awkward situation there for the side of Buffalo since both of their players went for the large pads. Now Risky fakes it off of the sidewall, and unfortunately for Agent J is not able to finish off that play. Quiet Chip doing a good job of defending Miami's goal line. Risky bouncing it off the half wall. Big Khabib trying to play the ball forward here for Buffalo's offense, but Quiet Chip meets him at the near post, puts it all the way back with a lob shot that could have created some danger, but Risky is floating in no man's land a little bit here, bumps into his own teammate as well, all a little bit awkward, and no beans here on the side of Miami University.
Yeah, with 10 seconds, with 5 seconds remaining, this game is over. Miami going to take this game 2 here. Now they're just going to try and keep the ball in the air at this point, but that should be fate sealed here for the University of Buffalo. They're going to go down 2-0. Miami looking to get that 3-0 clean sweep to improve the record here to 6-5. But look, as we see another try and pass play, and they've kept this ball up for a long time here. And I respect that this is a great Rule 1 here for Rocky League, as Miami then going to put it down in front of the goalpost. But Quiet Chip, MVP of Map 2 here for me. Excellent hat trick out of Quiet Chip. Some huge saves as well on the defensive end. Look at that score, 629. Everybody else in the 200s. I mean, Quiet Chip, MVP there for Map 2. And we're going to get here into the third game here shortly, but University of Buffalo, I think it really comes down to rotations for me for them. I think they're just not really rotating well enough. Something that we lacked there in the first series against Bowling Green a little bit. A lot of overcommitment sometimes. And it seems like our offense is clicking a lot better. I don't know what BGSU was doing in that first series that maybe caused this, but it seems like the team looked back between these series. They were able to look back at the VOD, and I think they found some different areas that they needed to focus on. And it clearly shows right now in this series that they're putting together right now, being up double, triple goals ahead of their opponent at University of Buffalo. So yeah, again, 2-0 in the series right now for Miami University. They only need one more to get the dub, and then they will improve their record to 6-5 with one more series left against Akron next week. Again, I'm excited to watch that one, but again, Akron is a tough opponent. They just won the UKY Battle Boost competition. As we now see kickoff for Game 3, and already a shot into the awkward pinch there off the kickoff is going to result into a free goal for Risky.
Yeah, you don't want to see that if you're on the side of Buffalo. Just a weird bounce from Risky, and Buff Big Khabib puts it at a, I don't think I've ever seen that angle on a kickoff before. Pretty remarkable. Miami going to see if they can do it again. Risky with another shot that almost goes on target, but Hitman Horsey has a little bit more awareness this time and is able to keep the shot from going in. Now, Quiet Chip is going to try to keep this ball cycling here in the corner. Tries to put the ball down in a position where his teammates can capitalize off of it, but he gets met in the air for the 50. Now Risky, last man standing, does manage to retain possession. Gonna see if he can do an aerial dribble play, but no, he's met by Agent AJ. Quiet Chip, barely gets deflected off the ball, and I think if Agent AJ had been able to control the ball a little bit better, that would have been his goal, but instead, that goal belongs to Buff Big Khabib, the Peppermint Powerhouse.
Yeah, a great centered ball there from Agent AJ, even though maybe going for the goal there, but a great centered pass there to his teammate. 1-1 now here for Miami. We're looking at a demo right off the bat. Quiet Chip in it for the aerial position, going to go off the backboard. Maybe a follow-up? No, Ozone going to stay back as the double commit almost came through there from Buffalo to try and stop them from getting that goal. As now offensive is on the side of Buffalo. Ozone going to try and clear it. Quiet Chip there for the follow-up. Free net goal is going to miss the shot, but Risky's going to be there for the follow-up, making it 2-1 now for Miami. 4 minutes remaining on the clock.
Yeah, another great second opportunity chance there for the side of Risky. Playing back as the third man in that position is able to see what angle that ball is going to come off the backboard at sooner than anybody else from the side of Buffalo can. And he's able to direct the ball into an open net situation there. Now, Quiet Chip battling both Agent AJ and Buff Big Khabib for the ball. Goes up on the roof, and Hitman Horsey goes up for a giant aerial play. Gets met up in the air by Ozone himself. But Buffalo has committed so many resources to make this happen. Luckily, Hitman Horsey is able to get the demo, so it might be able to keep some of this aggression going. Yeah. But their positioning has just not been as spot on as it needs to be. Yeah. Ozone carrying the ball forward here into Risky. This team is going to have to be very careful about their position if they want to try to create another goal opportunity while remaining defensively solid.
Yeah, I was going to say I really didn't like that kickoff when Chip took it up with 0 boost after the Buffalo player took the 100 pack right next to him. I think that was a little bit of an overcommitment, but it ends up working out. Miami now was able to clear it out, and UB wasn't able to get a goal there. But there has been a few demos in between here that has put the advantage as a shot goes through Ozone, able to save it. But again, putting the pressure on Miami to make these defensive plays. Buffalo has been really good so far in the last couple minutes here, putting the pressure on as Risky's cheating up here. Needs to make a one-on-one play, going to bounce off the backboard to Ozone. A little bit awkward here as we do see a commit from Agent AJ in the back. But Buffalo has now rotated back and has some defenders available. Risky, though, has 60% boost. Is going to look for this.
Unfortunately, the bounce play off of the wall doesn't favor Miami quite yet, but Buff Big Khabib has the dribble here in Miami's corner. Might be trying to set up a cycle, but it does get cleared by Ozone towards Risky. Now, Quiet Chip is going to go up here off of the wall with 30% boost. Is going to knock it down for Ozone to take the open shot, and Buff Big Khabib needed to be there to make that save happen. But unfortunately for the side of Buffalo, Ozone just had the first step, and Miami goes up 3-1.
That is just great aerial usage from Ozone there. That's a high skill play from the taking off of Quiet Chip's pass from the other aerial and able to confirm it into a goal here. Now Miami up 2 goals once again, really putting the pressure on Buffalo to try and rally back here. You're down 2-0. You need 2 goals. can you tie it up and try to send this into OT? Because you only have 2 minutes now on the clock. As now Risky gets a free tap and the 50 goes his way and is able to get another goal on the board for Miami. Now you're down 3 goals with a minute 54 if you're Buffalo. You're looking at a 3-0 here for Miami. It's tough for Buffalo's position.
Yeah, if you're Agent AJ there, you're kicking yourself a little bit because he had full boost and was in a position where if he'd been able to be in the air a little bit with some momentum, he could have stopped that shot from going in. But Risky was able to find a soft part of the field there that he was just able to exploit and create another goal here for the side of Miami University. As Ozone's going to try to pass it back to Quiet Chip. Hopefully we don't pass it in front of our own goal, but Buff Big Khabib does go up, tries to put the ball into an awkward spot, but Ozone with a really big save, going for a dribble play of his own, but might not be able to get a second touch. Does get the second touch with his front 2 wheels. I'm not sure if it was the full reset, but it did slip out of his control a little bit.
A little bit.
Great attempt, though.
Yeah, that would have been incredible if he was able to score that over the one defender, but huge defensive aerials here from Ozone, able to keep the ball away from Miami's goal. I mean, it was looking like Buffalo had that sealed for a second, as now an own goal. The aggression, I get it. I understand you're down 3 goals. You need a goal to try and get back into this, but now the overcommitment is going to hurt you. You're going to get down now 4 goals in Miami's favor with a minute left on the clock. This is looking like that 3-0 promise that we've been talking about. Miami looking really solid in this bounce back game tonight.
Yeah, that overcommitment, I mean, it could have paid off very big. Oh my goodness, that was almost a kickoff goal here for Buffalo, but Ozone is able to get the save. Now Agent AJ is going to try to keep the ball alive on their side of the net, but Quiet Chip is able to capitalize off of that as well. That is the second time in a row in which if Buffalo had managed to, prevent Quiet Chip's midfield aggression, they would have been at an advantage on Miami's side of the field, but unfortunately, they just barely missed these touches, and it's a matter of inches, and Miami might be able to create a Brazil situation here if they're able to score one more goal. But Buffalo Big Khabib, or he's not Buffalo Big Khabib, he's just Buff Big Khabib, is going to try to even the score up. Well, create more goal opportunities here for the side of Buffalo.
Well, I wonder if the buff,
yeah,
if is that actually represents Buffalo for abbreviation, or if that he's just buff.
He might just be large.
Might just be large. But now we see a chance for Miami again to score here and make that Brazil, but no. And now Ozone very fortunate that was not on target as he cheated for the boost. Risky able to corner, but 10 seconds remaining. This game is done and dusted. That will be a 3-0 for Miami. Going to put them at 6-5 on the season. Again, a huge win here for Miami. That much needed win is going to seal the fate. Buffalo now going to move to a 3-8 record, unfortunately for them. Tough season here for the University at Buffalo, but I believe that they can bounce back here. That they have a large student population there at that school, and I'm sure they can find some solid talent coming in for the freshmen too, and develop this talent that is already there. Again, rotationally wise, I thought that is just they're overstepping like we have been doing in the past against other great teams, especially in that BG series previously. And I think that overall, with the record, and we're going to get into some replays, but
just what a weird kickoff
crazy
goal.
Kickoff goal.
I love it. No, Miami put their foot on the gas on this one and didn't really let up for the entirety of it. And it's good to see them bounce back after a tough loss like the one that they just had against BG. But, going a game over 500 into this last match against Akron should give Miami a decent position for this playoff race. We need to look at the standings again, and unfortunately, we don't have that queued up as a graphic at this point. But, we will be sure to know exactly what the stakes are for next week's match against the Akron Zips. We have...
This will likely put us into that 8th or 7th place seeding, no matter what. Maybe even 8th, and so we may be looking at Ball State, who is currently undefeated in the conference, or Akron once again, who is currently sitting at 2nd place when we come around into tournament time. So it's going to be very dependent on Miami. If they win next series against Akron, then I think it automatically slots them in, obviously, but with Akron being as good as they are and proven to be really dominant in the collegiate Rocket League scene, We're really looking forward to this match because I think the players are excited to see what they can really do against this roster for the Zips.
Mhm.
But with a loss, making it 6-6, we'll see how it goes. If it is a loss, it'll probably be around that 8-8. It'll be a 6-6 record. We'll probably be around that 8th or 9th seed, and it'll be up to, I think, a few other schools losing for us to get slotted in there, and the tiebreakers. And with our tiebreaker currently being a little bit rough after a few Game 5 series this past season, with and 4-1s
Mhm.
against Central Michigan and the Northeastern and all them, it's going to make it a little bit harder. So stay tuned for that next week again, Wednesday. Be back here at 8 p.m. against the Akron Zips for our last regular season grueler for the Rocket League team here to end the fall 2024-2025 season. But yeah, top 8 gets it to land. If we don't get there, we don't get there. Unfortunate, but tune in next week. We have some Smash Bros coming up this week on Friday with our Smash team playing in the UCL League. And then we have Saturday, Overwatch Collegiate Homecoming continues. Our team is currently 4-2. And so battling it out, if they go 6-2, we're looking really good to make that top 32 cut. And then following that, CLOL, Collegiate League of Legends, starts up this weekend on Saturday following our Overwatch Collegiate Homecoming. An awesome broadcast day for us at Miami University. And so we're going to have a lot going on Saturday. Tune in. First league broadcast of the semester. Really looking forward to it. Excited for this new league roster we have.
Mhm.
But next week we'll be back with some more ESC Rocket League, some ESC Valorant as well to finish off. I believe they only have 5 games left for ESC Valorant, and then some more Overwatch and League of Legends action. But thank you all for tuning in tonight for some ESC Rocket League, and hope to see you back next week. My name has been Zach Ice Robertson,
And I'm James Reach 42 Davis.
and we will see you later.
Miami Esports, a newly birthed nation, ripe with a population of gamers filled with passion and ambition. Once the great nation was established, a competition was proposed, one that would crown the greatest of them all, and would finally rise a leader of this great nation. When one rose to the top, the citizens were grateful to have a king to look up to. But quickly that gratefulness turned to anguish. The new leader brought chaos and despair to the once great land, breaking the balance and tranquility of their beginnings. It has come time for the competition that started these dark ages to again begin. Will you be the one to rise to the top? Or will the king remain on the throne to terrorize once again? Bye.